And we're back. Hello, everyone. I'll be taking Hasso's place, your boy Bad Stealth Hunter, aka Two Tap Timmy. Continuing where we left off, we'll now be seeing Nameless King versus Adolescents. Set 1, Nurse on Father Campbell's Chapel. Set 2, Oni on the Coal Tower 1, and a tiebreak of Doctor on Coal Tower 2. Jams. Big upset last series. How are we feeling about this one?
To be honest with you, Big Ben, your intros always amaze me. I love that. But this series in particular, Nameless King Adolescents, it's a big series. It's a Group B match. So what you're looking for here is two teams who need to get the leg up on each other. Adolescents obviously being fourth, Nameless Kings, I believe, just got overtaken by Diamond Dogs in second. They also are yet to play after this match as well. So Nameless King and Diamond Dogs, excuse me, second and third, and Adolescents fourth. So all the big teams playing today. Also, you had big group. Right, all the Group B matches this week have been just stellar, I have to admit. All the close matches, all the important matches, they've all come out on this week in particular. So staying true to form, this one is also very important. The winner of this basically just solidifies their spot in the final season, right? That's going to set back, and we do find out a Deep 12, Mio here, Bulla. It's going to solidify your season spot, basically, right? With a win right here, either side. That's going to be a quick 2-tap as well. Now, I don't know if this is DS, Bulla. Maybe if the spectator could have a flick around for us, we could definitely have a geese there, but... Oh no, mid 2 there. We do see Delhi. It is not DS Buller, so interesting. And a heel hook as well. Do we make this?
Maybe. I mean, we are getting extra greedy, and only time will tell. No, we don't, unfortunately. No missed wiggles. I just think, in all honesty, we calculated the distance very well on the side of A71, but as we run into a bit of a spectator bug, it just matters. Where does he go now? I mean, we see all the survivors splitting up, Hanley going all the way to the top side. We do have someone stealth locker that is patched with Delhi in hand, ready to preemptively to go around to that unhook, so you can get that Delhi as soon as possible. A71 just kind of caught off in the edge map here, is really anticipating, that Delhi would be just kind of sneaking about, but we know that they're in a locker somewhere close to the hook, and hopefully we do get some general pressure in the background, as we do have one at 25%, one at 10%. It's not really adequate considering that the first hook is already on the way, and it's just quite unfortunate to be caught out 2-tap there at the top of the map. Oh, there was that generator over at 50%, just over sitting at 4, and it was just quite unfortunate, to just be found straight off the rip and just one hit, 2 hit, and it does happen to the best of us. I would definitely know that, but regardless, A71 in a power position doesn't really have to move off of here. He can just kind of sit and set up camp, and no worries in the world. Just make sure that we're watching that generator over there not get done, and we know that, imminently, here comes the Delhi player, like clockwork, trying to get it. Does manage to get the pull successfully here. Doesn't even trade off. Now, that's absolutely crazy, but, I mean, this is grounds to not being able to make the Delhi if we are to get this very quick consecutive down, and we've missed 2 blinks, unfortunately, on the side of A71, so the Delhi probably hasn't been denied yet. Mio just going to be running back to where he was hooked over at to edge map 3. Really trying to last as long as he possibly can, and we are going to be going down after about 20 seconds, so that should be Delhi secured, and straight back on the hook. Mira goes, no decisive strike, no dead hard, but 2 generators in the background procking, which, the survivors making good progress for what it's worth.
Yeah, really good top. This hook is just really setting them back. I mean, A71 looks good. He's always looked good, probably like a top 5 killer, probably in the Group B, maybe even higher than that, maybe top 3 if you really want to play your cards right. Good blink there. I don't know how good his nurse is, but clearly it's showing true to form. Daishao cops a tag there. Deep 6 has to run to Shaq. Probably going to reset with, I mean, you'd hope it's Patch. Him and Patch have to get a reset going there. Either way, this gets a bit awkward because I think the guy on the hook is unbreakable, so can't even really just trade unbreak last second on the guy on hook and send him down bottom and have a chase. You sort of have to get a good pull here. I mean, FTP is not an option. The gem pressure is pretty much irrelevant to A7 right now. Sure, the one he's going to right now probably has the most progress, but I don't really think he cares too much. Holding Blink now is the play. Main 4, 2 top gens in the circus. This heel hook 3. I mean, a wise man once told me this map for Nurse specifically was the highest skill expression on FCC. So, I mean, maybe it's true.
Last night we did see some unexpected results on the side of Chinese Dragons, Carter Kids, with Carter Kids taking away the Nurse set. Can we see an upset here where, Adolescents will be taking away the Nurse set over Nameless King? And even though it is their pick, I mean, we do spot out here, I think that is Daisho, who is our V, running all the way down to, doing a little bit of whoop-de-wop and then around the corner, making way back all the way down to 5. So we're not going to want any of it on the side of A71. Ideally, you probably want to find Patch here. He is injured. He is our Delhi player though, so once we hooked him, he's just kind of, nobody has to come for his pull. They can just kind of sit gens in the background here, and A71 really trying to find out his next chase, as we do have those cluster 4 gen just sitting on the other side of the map. Yeah, from 1 to 5, my god, they're all in a tight cluster there, but we do manage to see someone just kind of running into the rock here. Daisho kind of working out in his favor. I mean, we've kind of overshot our blinks on the side of A71, but we zoned him back into 3. Now running around the rock, doesn't really have much to go on here. Trying to break line of sight with the trees and do a little bit of mind games there to run back into the killer. Just missing that short swing on the side of A71. That's going to allow Daisho to make even more distance. And yeah, if we keep doing this, unfortunately, that is going to come back to bite us in the ass. We are going to be following up. And do we get this tag now? No, we miss it again. And maybe we might even have to leave this chase. I don't think we can overcommit here. And if we do, yeah, in the background, look, Han Lee already on that generator at 25%. You can, I think that is around the 2 to 1 mark somewhere. I don't think, yeah, it wouldn't definitely be this generator here, as we do take a kick with Eruption of procced onto that generator. Again, taking ground back on the map is A71. He is just blinking over towards the main section. He does spot out who was working this circus generator. Now, they don't really have anywhere to go. They are going to just have to send it, and you can see the scratch marks just leading all the way into corner 12. Now they're trying to make all the way down 10. Yeah, A71 sees it. He's going to be following up with 1 blink, 2 blink, no, saving it in the back pocket, really trying to close in the distance before he uses the rest of those blinks onto getting that tag onto Han Lee. And Han Lee just playing this beautifully, running the edge map, making as much distance as he can. He's not running all the way down bottom side in the straight line. He's running diagonally to make sure that he creates that distance that's just going to be so hard to win back on the side of A71. And yeah, again, he's just caught in a checkmate position. What does he do? He's unable to get any tags. The survivor's pre-leaving very nicely. Jumps, this is troublesome.
You said it exactly right, Bulla. I mean, everyone reset. We're in the perfect spot. I mean, yeah, it's just gone in the blink of an eye. If I'm going to be honest, we do have Daisho down here, but Han Lee is straight on a gen. Oh, look at those top right gens, man. They're just so good. I don't even know if we should be here. I think A7 should just leave right now. He has to leave this year. This is already a mistake being this far over here. He needs to go to the gen. The gen's going to pop because they're doubling. That's pretty hurting, I'm going to be honest. The 4 gen of Doom is gone. I mean, you almost felt like it could have been a 4K2 with the early kill. They've done well to somehow bring this back. It's honestly quite beautiful. What's the word I'm looking for? Remarkable, I guess is the word. Immaculate. There's another word I'm looking for. I can't think off the top of my head. But yeah, I mean, it's still good gens. You still got main, 2, 1. It's doable. It's holdable. It's definitely holdable. The problem is if BL's still in the game, the guy on main is just going to BL bottom every time. The guy on 12 is going to SB every time. What do you do? What do you do when you're on the nurse? You know, you got to play catch up. Good comms. You're a terrible killer on this map. I've got to be honest. And you know, you're able to catch people off guard, as you can see. He's trying to catch 4 off guard, but it just gives main. Like, look how far they have to catch up. Hunter got to go all the way to circus, catch up, 2 blinks. Got to commit for a tag. Going to go down 10 side. Now this is beautiful from I believe this is Nameless King. Oh, you need that as well. Excuse me. You needed that.
Definitely needed that. I mean, we're just missing all of our blinks. Just so much distance created, considering how big the map is, like you had said. You know, hitting the box as well. I think he's just A71 is just opting to chase this now and get his last fresh hook of the trial. This is his Delhi player though, so this will be absolutely crucial for the survivors. I mean, this is exactly the position that they want. You know, they're able to get that last generator in the background on, and as we do take the 1 tag onto Patch, he is going to be running all the way into corner 8 here, where he doesn't really have much to go, but it doesn't matter. He kind of wants to be hooked at a point in time like this, as we do see Daisho just kind of off in the distance, not really doing much. I'm not too sure what the game plan is here, unless I've gotten the Delhi players mixed up or some sort. Not too sure why we're not doubling that generator, but we are going to be taking the hook here over at corner 7. We're going to be rotating back towards that, 3 generator. It is quite loose. I mean, I thought it was in like a tighter cluster, but like, either that or there's the instant Delhi. So it was Delhi, by the way. It was a 99 generator. Okay. For some reason, they had progress on 2 different generators, I believe. I'm not too sure. But hey, it works. I mean, you know, all survivors back in the trial at the cost of 1 being injured. I can't remember what I was saying before. I kind of got sidetracked. But we do have some Seabass gates here. So maybe we're able to get a 7-3 at the very least. We do see Daisho just trying to work that door and blink fatiguing. Oh, sorry. M1 fatiguing on the side of A71 after 2 blinks, and it's just all of his distance wasted. He is going to try and patrol these exit gates here. I think he should have probably commit the chase onto Daisho. I think he was worried that the survivors would just take the outs and that they were playing for Hatch, but A71 again on this door over at 3. He's really trying to force the error on somebody working these gates, and it is doable, but they're going to be playing extra safe. We know what A71's game plan is. If we can get a quick switch around to what the survivors are doing at the moment, we can kind of get a glimpse of maybe how this match will pan out. We do see over in the distance Daisho, yeah, looking for that reset onto our Delhi player, Patch, who's just kind of sitting corner. Hanley playing extra patient, and you kind of have to in a scenario like this until all survivors are healthy in the trial. Then you start playing aggressive on the gates. With a 1-2 split, I guess, on the doors, or maybe a 1-1 and then 1 off in the distance somewhere, just in case things go south. I mean, only time will really tell, but the time to play for the exit gates is now, and eventually they will have to make their move, as A71 does have eyes on both gates. He is catching out somebody, rotating here. It is Patch. He's already been hooked. This isn't ideally the survivor that you want to be chasing, but Delhi is gone, and this will just solidify all remaining stages onto Patch, given to A71, and that will be the 6-2 that we're looking for. Well, ideally we'd be looking for a 7-3, but 6-2 still not the worst result, especially when you're talking about a map like Flight of Campbell's Chapel. All in all, A71's had a pretty decent match. You know, you can't fault him in any regard. This is a huge map to be working with when playing the Nurse. I mean, it can be detrimental sometimes, like you had said a little bit earlier, Jams, but as we do take the last down onto Patch, that will be 6 stages to Fresh. As we said, that is the tie condition, so our killer next game has to get at minimum 7 stages, or the survivors have to get 5 stages to meet their conditions. So, I don't know, man. It's going to be... Welcome back, everyone, to Adolescents vs Nameless King. You just saw A71 get a 6-2, meaning our killer has to get 7 stages, at 3 Fresh at the very least. Potential on the killer, and he has the potential to do so. I mean, we've seen him amongst the past tournaments pull amazing results for his team. Pretty sure he's always just been around, you know, those teams like, I think I want to say like, no, there was Nameless King was Lyra Marine before, and then it was also Renewal. I'm not too sure if he was on Renewal, but I would have to get a background check on that regardless. He is here, and he is ready. And it will be him spawning all the way over at the top side over at 2. So we see the survivor spawn all the way down at Shack. Like clockwork, usually just diagonal spawns. We do take distance, 1 blink all the way down into the middle of the map, and we're going to get this nice vantage point here over at main to see if we can see anybody crossing, but I don't think that'll be the case. They are playing the extra stealthy game, and it is going to be very slow until we first get sight of one of those survivors. This is going to be our aggression survivor. Look at that, the tunnel out build, making himself known. He's going to be taking chase around the Shack all the way down into corner 5. It is A71 eating that tag, who was our killer last game. Now, what can he pull out of the hat here? He is going to be running corner 5, deep corner 5. Doesn't have a lot to go on here. Doesn't mind if he gets down here. Whoa, wow, okay. Double backing, very nice. Around the Z wall there too. He's going to try to make all the way down into 4. Whether he's an uncorrupted generator, you just hope nobody's been working that one. They're probably already down top side by now. We are going to be missing the swing on the side of potential here. And yeah, A71 just jigging right now is going to be able to make the Shack and just break line of sight ever so nicely. He's going to make the long side around Shack. He's going to be caught out at the corner though, unfortunately. Doesn't, yeah, again, not much to go on here. Big fat rock in the way, infinite rock, not going to do us much justice. We are going to be going down, but still fairly long chases things, as far as our nurse things are concerned. Comparing to the last game as well, I mean, yeah, the survivors only just making the top side, but they are very far from when the down had happened. Preemptively stealthing is A1Q with medkit in hand. That is our Delhi player. No pain resonance access there, as this is a tier 1 killer, so we are going to be taking ground over into the middle of the map, and we're going to be forced to kick those generators, move over to kick those generators. Now, do they go for the quick pull, or do they play safe and go slow jumps?
I mean, it's a bit of an awkward result to try and achieve here. You do have to... What was it? I believe it was 6 stages in the end. And honestly, it's... I don't know, oh, he's not crouching there? He was, and the knee was crouching in the corner. We do catch the knee out there. This is Ivy Core Survivor. I mean, A7 just dipped. He's off the scene. This is going to be a 2-tap onto Ivy, which has been unfortunate, but you could even see a slug. No, we will see the pick for the stages. That's not a bad decision. And again, he doesn't need to tunnel here. Doesn't really need to play it as aggressive once as you would. I mean, he's got a hook in gens now as well, so that's even more beautiful. But yeah, I think you'll just see him play a bit territorial here, Bullet. Probably camp it out. He's definitely not going to let them pull this for free, even though there could be someone set up for it already. Maybe very, very close, maybe edge 10, maybe edge 1, maybe even shallow 12.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, who knows? As we do take the kick over at the circus, we are going to be going all the way to where this generator had been progressed as well. So we've flipped the map a little bit early, unfortunately. There's going to be the first generator in the background rocking though, and that is more towards the other side of the map here over at 2. So, I mean, what do we do now on the side of the survivors? Thomas is working a generator somewhere at 25%. Potential definitely got the high ground at the moment. Yeah, he's sitting up top the hill here, waiting for the crossover to come. We see that I do believe that is A1Q, if my eyesight serves me correctly, as the bit rate's getting a little bit choppy on my end because of my dog shit internet. But we are going to be taking another tag onto A1Q, running all the way down, and we are going to be taking a kick onto the generator. Also, we do see somebody here just stealthing around in the corner. Now just kind of caught out of position, has to try and run around this loop and evade the hit. Potential blink fatiguing though. He's just trying to scare them away as far as possible as we do probably make our way back over to where the unhook happens. We do catch someone here over at the pallet. No pallet possession in our disposal, but we have found A1Q who's just kind of caught or lingering around. Is going to be going down. The gen pressure is just non-existent due to the fact that they had to drop those 2 generators being hooked in circus on the side of yeah, Ivy, you know, just being caught out at 2 and unfortunately going down at 3. We are going to be taking a hook here onto A1Q. We're going back to the circus. Potential. It's just happy to kind of sit here around the circus and try to rinse, repeat, get those downs, get those quick hooks here, get his stages on the board. You know, at the moment we do have 3, but that will be Delhi in the background. No killer notification there. Well, it did appear, but I didn't hear the sound notification. We do take the kick all the way into deep 12 and really struggling to find the person working this generator here. But we do know that there's somewhere, and it is A71. And like I said, that Custer's Curse, we are going to be taking that tag onto A71. Doesn't have a lot to run out on here. Yes, break line of sight. Do a little bit of jiggy in and out. Getting a little bit safe on the side of potential just blink fatiguing there, but ultimately trying to connect the second blink there, and it would have worked if we didn't dead hard. Amazing stuff from A71. He's going to be able to make the corner 7 that he needed to make. Wow, oh my god, and using the tree tech as well. And we're falling forward on the side of potential, but we're playing a little bit safe here, just not choosing to use our second blink. And we have gone into a more favorable position for our killer. So that will be A71 back on the floor at the cost of a generator. Mighty good chase to be able to use your perks to extend even longer and get that last gen procced. And now, all of a sudden, we still can take it back on the side of our survivors, but they have to be very careful. I mean, when you think about the win condition they have to set, they cannot afford to get hooked once more. If they get hooked twice, that will be the tie, unless it is 6. No, it won't be, because it would be 6-3. We've already had 3 fresh hooks, so we're ahead on fresh hooks. We are not ahead of stages just yet.
You're exactly right. That gen popping though is concerning, I have to be brutally honest, but they have pop on the build. Ruin is obviously gone, so that's good for the serves. I mean, it's an awkward spot right now. The gen spot, you have like top 12, which is not going to get worked because the hook's there. Mid 12, I mean, you see the rotate coming in as well now. I mean, yeah, it's hard for me to see a spot where they can come back from this. I mean, especially with that tag coming through now. Yeah, I mean, the gens, look, it's main and 10 as well. It's such egregiously close gens. We saw Austin have the same gens, so you can't like complain one side or the other. Like, they've both got pretty fair gens. I think Austin's gens were still 10 times better, but can't complain about these either or. Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, Buller, after this next hook, it's the win, no?
Let me just double check real quick. I don't think so. I think, yeah, after this hook, we still do only have 5 stages. So we can't afford to give up one more hook. We need to pop all gens to get everybody out of the door now. We are ahead on fresh hooks, so it doesn't matter if we level the scores at 6. You just can't allow one more. I mean, what are you doing? It seems pretty chopped for the survivors, especially knowing that potentially we could kind of camp that out to second stage and win this the set entirely. But I mean, he's opted to go for another hook here. I mean, I don't hate this play. It is kind of risky if we do get the pull in the background and evade the killer at all times and then just have an amazing juicer chase that just kind of spirals into something just uncontrollable. That's something that you just can't really come back from. And we've seen it happen time and time again. We do see someone just crouching here. It is Ivy. He is on a full health state here, so he can eat a tag if that need be. But he's going to be running in and out of the pallet back into the circus here. So he's done some nice pathing work, leading his scratch marks all the way back into the circus. He's done it again for the 2 times. So, I mean, all survivors healthy in the trial. It's still really anybody's game. The survivors just cannot afford to make any mistakes.
I mean, no mistakes. I don't know how doable that is. I mean, you know someone is surely around. I mean, he's having a good look. It just hurts, doesn't it? It's like not a bad. I mean, it is a bad stealth spot, but it's not because it's like, where else is he gonna go? Like, he has to stealth quick. Obviously, has to get edge 12, but obviously, potential knows that. Yeah, I mean, 3v1 now is gonna come in. Oh, the gens are they're so bad, aren't they? You just can't top against the nurse on this map. Has to be down, bottom. I don't even know if main pops. Main 0, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of too good to be true, one of those things. You do have that generator over at 9 popping at the result of a tag onto Ivy. Missing it on A1Q, though. I mean, they're still able to pull a respectable result. Some outs here even, I mean, somewhere around the 10 stages that I would say. But I'm going to be greeting the pallet on the side of A1Q, as it doesn't really serve us much justice. And that one isn't going to be slapped in the killer's face quick enough. So we're going to be eating the tag through it on the side of A1Q. He's going all the way down to the shack. Potential, happy to go back to his 2 generators all the way over in the circus and try to sniff somebody else out, as we do have 2 survivors that are currently injured in the trial. It is now all of a sudden looking like 4K1, I want to say. Not too sure if Thomas is playing aggro on this top generator, though. It does have a little bit more progress. This is the one that A71 was working before he got found. And is he stealthing in the exact same position? No, he's not. I mean, potential now. Yeah, really trying to sniff out this edge map, not really finding anybody. I think they would have rotated all the way down to 3 by now. They probably pre-left that ages ago, but, you know, always better safe than sorry. You know, Potential knows that he's won this already, and kudos to him. Definitely taking away the set that isn't theirs. You know, Nameless King put ahead 1-0, but maybe we haven't roamed as far as we thought. Did he catch a glimpse of something that I didn't? No, okay. Still kind of over at the top side of the map, so what are the survivors doing at this point in time? Because we're really struggling on the side of Potential to get sight of someone and, you know, initiate that chase. Are they even just sitting main, like tripling main? That would be crazy. I don't think they are, but that, you know, it could be a possibility that they're at least doubling it. And I think Potential's called onto that fact as well. He's going to be using his 1 blink, 2 blink, and he's all the way back at the main. Does not have as much progress as I would have thought. That's about like 1.5 pistons pumping, and it's not near enough to be a problem here. So going to take that eruption proc onto the generator over at main. Again, sniffing out main to see if there's anybody just crouching around, but not anybody of the sort. Probably already pre-left to the shack. We are probably going to be checking 5. No, we're just holding blink here. So at max distance, we are going to be going back down to the circus here. 1 blink, 2 blink, and we are there. And just in the middle of the circus, we can really hold this. Even though these generators are pretty far spread apart, Potential is definitely holding them very, very well, all things considered.
Oh. I mean, gotta find a stealth, yeah. Gotta find a stealth. To be honest with you, I don't really see it. The game is, you know, in hindsight, essentially over. Maybe we could get a quick flick around the spectator cam. Maybe we see where. I believe this is the Jake, is it not? Surely this is the Jake. No, our spectators just aiding them. Okay, they're just stacking main. We're just stacking main while we're looking for the stealth. That's quite big in the grand scheme of things. That's gonna get them out. Doesn't really mean anything. They have already lost of Headhunter did get his information correct, and I'm going off it, so I'm always gonna trust him. But I believe this will be, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 6, 4, yeah. Either way, this down will solidify. This will secure it. Pretty well played from both sides. I think this map definitely can showcase skill. As you can see, you know, it's very easy to get outed, very easy to get 4K. Looks grim at some points, but I mean, both survivors, both serve sets, they did well. They did very, very well. There wasn't really, I mean, other than maybe that little tunnel out early on Austin or the little find, there wasn't really too many instances where I thought, you know, there was no capability to out, to be honest, and that's just the purest form of skill, like we were just explaining before, Hunter, if you're there.
Yep, 8-4 in the end. I mean, 8-4 to 6-2, that's very close. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, don't get the narrative twisted. They both killers played very, very well. I think in the end, just Austin missed a
Most anticipated one, unironically, because you've got two teams that could win. We saw Nameless King take the nurse set, Father Campbell's really well played. Pretty close, pretty close. Now we've got Oni here. Now I've had a geese off the rip at Mo, Big Mo, making his turn as well. Good to see him back. At the RNG that the survivors have here, Buller, and I mean, you need to get to that left side of the map, Solly. You really do.
Yeah, you do. We found two survivors just caught out of position here. One taking chase to main, one with sprint burst over at the midfield. So A71 going to pull us all the way back, and we've caught somebody out trying to be a little bit cheeky here over at the bottom side, and we're opting not to chase us on the side of Mo. So, you know, he's just got chased with like 2-3 survivors and just decided he didn't want any of that. Hang on a second. What is the pack of seagulls doing here? My God. Okay, we got 3 on 2. We got 3 on one side, 1 on 11 side. We are chasing 2 survivors over at the one side here. One vaulting the window, one going away around the long side of main. As we do break the doorway here on the side of Mo, we're going to be continuing the chase over to this filler outside of the 11 tile. It is going to be Mo versus A71 right now. We are going to be taking chase over the way to the middle of the map where we do pre-drop this nice filler as well. This one can be proved to be pretty detrimental. It is a 50. Does he win the 50? Yes, he does. But does he win the second 50? Yes, he does. He's just standing there with the aura. He wins the third 50, and that's 2 teabags and distance made. A71 faking one way, going the other, vaulting the window back into the tile at 10 here. Is going to be able to make the pallet if he is careful enough, doing a little bit of a crossroad check spot, but almost getting caught out. It does have enough distance to make this mid filler just outside of 10. Does he make the pallet? No, he does, and he gets hit before it, and all of a sudden everything just kind of didn't really mean anything. Actually, I want to know if there's any survivors on the generators, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I want to see this chase more than anything. I mean, A71 playing incredible, winning another 50. That's like 4 or 5 that he's won right now. Does he win another one? No. He is going to be eventually caught up with Bloodlust, but does he vault the pallet? No. He's going for the window. He's going for the pallet. I mean, this tile is definitely a strange one. You know, I heard you never drop this filler. You just always keep it up, and he dropped it, and he got hit through it, unfortunately. But, you know, we do see 2 gens in the background proc because of this. Now, all things considered, very good chase. We're opting not to use pain res on the side of Mo because we think it's a waste at the moment, and if we're confident in getting another down very quickly, you know, there's no reason to really use pain resonance at a point in time like this, Jumps.
Exactly right, and we'll get his power up from the 10 tile here. Gonna clean up this area. Does have the brutal strength. Brutal. I don't know if this is the same ping match. I don't think it is anymore. No, it's not, because Austin is not in Northeast Asia. So I believe this is a cross ping. This is Southeast Asia to Northeast Asia. So not perfect, but still better than obviously what OCE gets. But no, you're exactly right. Mid hook 9, or even 10ish. They got 1 main 3. Well, sorry, 11 main 3. 11 main 1. Sorry, I don't know where 3 came from. Needs to sort of patrol. If this gen has 0 prog, which it does, we see scratchies on it though. It's kind of nothing right now. Don't choose to pop. I don't hate this at all. This is a good decision. Pop, go back. Good pull as well. What needs to happen here? 15 seconds BT. You need to last. He could. I mean, he's gone 5 here. I don't hate this either. Oh my God. Fair enough. I mean, are we just going to slug for A7 here? Now we can probably slug A7. He's going back to 1. I mean, yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
The aura of eruption. He's been caught out and he's gone down. He's got sluggy with it. And he can, because look at his add-ons. He has Crutch. He has Fang. Fang extends the duration by 10 seconds. And Crutch just giving him the extra 7%, no, sorry, 14%, I want to say, speed all the way down to the one side of the map. I might be getting my math wrong. I don't know, but I know it makes him faster, and he's just going to be all the way down to the top side of the map faster. And all of a sudden, 2 healthy survivors now injured in the trial, 1 hooked, and we do manage to catch out. I believe this is A1Q, who was just working the main building. So, you know, forced to take chase around the only what seems to be a window left on this tile, is going to imminently get tagged. We do have a pallet here. Does he win the 50? No, he loses it. Going to be slapped in our face. A1Q now has to run all the way down to this jungle gym here with the dropped filler. And just moments ago, you did see, I do believe it was Ivy getting flicked around. Now, I want to say the flick wasn't intentional. I think he was going for the break on the pallet as to oppose of actually flicking Ivy. But since we caught glimpse of him last second, we were able to down him as well. And yeah, then consecutively get that slug, go all the way back down to 1, and then get another. So all of a sudden, Mo taking the match back into his hands. Really, I mean, he's just interrupted all the generators. He's gotten 1 down, 1 hook, another injure. It's forced the survivors to reset, and he's not in power, so they will be dropping blood somewhere on the map. Now, where? I'm not too sure. But Mo, just happy to kind of sit here in the mid, pressure the survivors off the generators where needed, and then just protect the hook at the same time. And he's caught out the reset. This is our Nia player and our Jake player. He's opted not to go for the injured survivor. He's going for the healthy survivor. We're going to be breaking that pallet, but we don't have anywhere to be running to after we've done it. Jake, where do you go? Ivy, do you win the 50? No, he loses another one, and he goes down just before dropping the pallet. Mo slugging again, getting sluggy with it, anticipates the pallet safe, and he finds someone else. That will be A1Q on the floor now. Wow, the tides are turning so often. I don't know who's in control of the match. Right now it's Mo, but before it seemed like it was the survivors that were able to have a good chase. This could go either way, but in all honesty, Mo's looking very, very strong right now, Jams.
I mean, yeah, this is diabolical. This is the 3. That's the 4 fresh hooks now. That being the 4th. We've got 5 on the board overall. I mean, this pool has to come in at some point on the other survivor. I mean, they're just letting him kind of hang for a bit. This is a bit awkward. He's holding cross. He sees a bloke on 2. I didn't see him, but I think Big Mo did. Do we? Yeah, we did. He's in head on as well. I mean, it's just... Oh, we do! I mean, surely we don't... Oh, I mean, fair enough. Just eat the head on. Concede it. We do win that 50 on the 2 tile as well. Beautifully played. Need that from Tomas. Need to win a 50 here as well. Just little Andrew Loops cancel. We call it the Andrew Loops fatigue. Walk him down, Oni, as they say. Yeah, Bulla. 4K2 looks rough right now. I think that's what it'll be, to be honest. I can't even lie to you. That's the death as well. So, perfect.
They can play...
Perfect. You go.
No, I was going to say they can play for the last generator. Can be 4K1.
I mean, I was going to say that's just the perfect person to find right now. And both like... The 2 out of the 3 survivors are injured right now, so I feel like too much blood to come back. But ideally, they put a G here. Yes, I agree, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, actually, you know what? I didn't realize there was 3 generators left. I thought we'd popped another one, and it was 2. My mistake for not looking in the bottom left-hand portion of my screen. But we managed to catch the sprint burst survivor now. A71 being saved by Such is going to be making all the way down to this Philip over at 7. Once that's dropped and he wins this 50, even though he stuns and blind, where does he go from here? I mean, he is going to try and evade this entirely, but he's ran back to the jungle gym where he only has access to a window, no pallet of anything. But, you know, taking the sharp corners is going to make Mo have to cancel. He's going to get flicky though, and that's going to be A7-1 down. I mean, and all of a sudden, even a 4K2 is looking unlikely. This could be a 4K3 as we do take the pick onto A7-1. We have access to 2 stacks of Pain Resonance. Now, I do believe A7-1 is one of those survivors. 3, 2, 1, we're going to be finding out, and it is so. Wherever the progress was on that generator over at the top side is now redundant. Now, if you look at the gen spread that we currently have, we have 1, main, and 11. The signature Cold Tower 3 gen just not being broken all of a sudden, and you know, you do have access to the generator here all the way down into... I want to say, no, wait, this is the one that I was looking at. My God, sorry. My mistake for taking my eyes off of the screen for 1 second. But, I mean, yeah, you have the other 2 on the bottom side. So, I mean, we're not really too worried about those. They are able to get done, but Mo is able to apply pressure on both sides of the map here. So, it's going to be pretty difficult still, nonetheless, even if you go for a 2-1 split, 2 on one end, 1 on the other. We're rotating all the way back down to the hook, and we do see somebody just working this generator here over at 6, and it is our injured survivor. He's going to be leaking blood all over the joint. Mo back in power now, like we had said a little bit earlier, Jumps, just before we headed into this series. You know, Oni, A-tier killer in power, you know, granted, he's only like B-tier, C-tier, like because of the fact that he has to spend so long getting his power. But once he's in that power, my God, when you know how to use it, it's fucking bad. But we are going to be missing the flick there over at the eye filler. That's going to allow our survivor, I couldn't remember who that was, I'm pretty sure it was A1Q, to be able to make all the way down to the shack. So even though we got caught out of position, we leaked blood all over the place and we kind of gave the killer power, it's not all lost. I mean, we're able to evade being brought down, and we are going to be interrupting this main generator here. Does sound like it was our Jake, nice and healthy. It is Ivy. Now he has to play a 50 around this car pallet. He's going to be dropping it imminently and going for the window inside of main. Now, does he make it? I don't think he does with the speed and whatnot, but it's not even on the correct side. You know, it was straight ahead of him, and he's just made the sharp right turn to try and make the stairs. But Mo, a little too well versed in this killer, is able to flick him and then take the pressure back all the way to the bottom side as we do take the slug on the top side, Jumps.
No, I definitely agree, Bulla. I mean, it's a bit awkward now, isn't it? Infinite power, had it for a while. Just gonna kick this if he really, really pleases to. Gets, yeah, I mean, there's oceans of it, mate. There's oceans of blood. Kick this here, like we said, as any smart man would do. Just gonna flick back. Probably the right decision as well, I wouldn't lie. I mean, you don't want to, like, from this position, you get 4K3, it's a guaranteed win. There's no way the survivors, chock that. If they do, they might have to chock a block the team, to be honest. But either or, I think this has been a great performance from Big Mohammed himself. I don't know if he actually goes by Mohammed, but Big Mo. It's quite astounding because I would say Adolescents are a great team. More than great. This chase, you just gone the wrong way, mate. You need to lock in, put the headset on. It just, I don't even know where it went wrong. I think it was like, you could also argue it was like Austin dying 10, getting the mid hook 9 there as A1Q goes down. I think that's what it was. Sure, it was a good chase. Ended in the wrong spot, I guess. They popped a lot of gens for the first one as well. It's crazy to think they haven't popped a gen since Austin's first chase.
Yeah, I know, because after that it was just, power after power. That double slug really set him up for the mid game, so, he's not really in a position where he's going to lose anything anytime soon. We do see someone who's rotated here off the 6 generator. I do believe it was A71, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to be taking chase all the way down to the shack here. Not dropping the shack pallet though, that's still up. It is one of our final resources on the map, so he's going to try to make as much use of it as he can. If he plays the checkbox correctly, he will never lose the shack, but we are in power now. This is going to be pretty hard to pull off, and now we've opted to try and play the stun game. We win the 50, okay? We stun the killer. A71 having a tremendous game right now. He is on his death hook though, so, he has to make sure that he lasts here, and he does win the 50 again on the eye filler, dropping it on the correct side this time. I mean, they've kind of caught on to the fact that most is flicking everything, so you just make sure that you're on the opposite side of the pallet. Unfortunately, not making the 50 there, and as I say that, Castus Curse, I eat my words, that will be A71 on the floor, as we do get main in the background popped. So we have split that that coal tower 3, that 3-gen coal tower. What am I saying? The one that always happens like over at 1 main and 11. You have split gens. So what needs to happen here for the survivors to pull best possible result, I would say, is you have one sit in the gen, you have one in chase. Overcommit the chase and you get the gen done. But Mo tends to usually get his downs fairly quickly, so this won't be really a problem for him. I don't think he tends to overcommit as much as he needs to either, so he'll just be happy to get power here, go back and forth between survivors. He knows somebody's off in the distance working the bottom side as he has scared the survivor off of the top side. Knows there's no progression here, so he doesn't have to kind of sit here and just, with his thumb in his butt, but he's going all the way down to 6 with power in hand. We do see it is about 50% progressed, and what the hell is that spectator bug? My God, why are we about 30 meters above the bro? But he's kind of just sitting at the shack doorway there. No access to no pallet or nothing, but is going to be going down. And yeah, there is the flick just before the door, just after the doorway, if you don't mind. But going to be taking that slug on the side of Mo all the way back down to the one side of the map where we caught glimpse of the aura via the eruption proc. The comms were not on point. Problems team. We are pre-dropping this R&L, no, sorry, this T-Wars, T-War, 4 Wars. Ivy going to be going down. Unfortunately can't be helped. You said 4K2. And we got a 4K2 jump. You were right all along.
Yeah, you predicted. You said they'd pop one more. Oh, I didn't think they would. I thought it would just be 4K3, but no, you did really well. 4K2 is not a bad result. Ping, like, only. Believe it or not, does happen. If you're A71, you just kind of need an early tag. That's really all it is. But I know it's ironic because A71 himself didn't give an early tag on this. It was actually quite a delayed tag, but you need a good tag. You need a few things to go right for you for that to happen. Truthfully, bro, I'll say this to you. I do think Austin has it in.
And welcome back, everyone, to Nameless King vs. Adolescents. We'll be seeing Adolescents Killer, and that will be the only yes for match 2 of set 2, which could be the final match. I mean, we're looking at a 4K3 win condition for our killer. Ivy has some boots to fill. Tall order, man. Like, Jesus. We don't really see Ivy play the killer too much either, so this should be a treat for all of you to watch. I mean, he is versing Hanley, Patch, Mir, and Daishao that you would have seen. That is the exact same survivor lineup you saw last time in the nurse set, so I think they're happy to kind of stick with it, Mo being the killer main, as to opposed of actually hopping in the survivor this time, as they don't have to meet a 3-to-1 rule since everybody here is from the Chinese region on the side of Nameless King. But Ivy going to be taking the first break onto that door. Didn't bring any comfort perks, interesting to note. He has Corrupt Intervention, Pain Resonance, Eruption, and Call of Brine. So looking at his add-ons, though, we've gone for no speed. Now, I'm not a big fan of never bringing any speed. I think speed's a must. I was corrected 13% in the chat. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, the extra 13% does definitely aid us. I think you either pick Hull or you pick Fang. You don't bring both. But it's just it can work, but you can't get flicky because you're just too reactable. I would say, but Ivy could prove me wrong. And we're going to be taking the first chase all the way over to the shack building here, where we see the scratch marks leading. I'm not too sure if this is 2 survivors, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it might be just 1. Holy, okay, we've just gave him a little bit of a kiss there on the side of Han Lee onto Ivy. He's going to be greeting this shack pallet, and it was 2 survivors. We did see Dai Xiao in the distance just hauling us back down to the top side of the map. He's gotten the comm from his team to go, hey, go chase that guy. You don't really have to sit here over the shack. That guy's just going to be bleeding all the way at the bottom side of the map. You already know it, but we have access to main in the M1 form. Now, this can be pretty hard to get by on the side of our killer. We have interrupted 1, and Mio has had to preemptively stealth off of it. That is 4 pistons pumping. It was doubled once upon a time as we do take the chase back onto Pat, who roamed off it as well. So he's going to be utilizing the tile over at 3 here, now making do all the way down to 2. Does have the iron well, does drop it, doesn't greet it, but gets hit. We always greet the RNL. It's crazy. Now we have power in hand, and all of a sudden we're on set for the 4K3 if we are able to really capitalize on the mistakes of the survivors. My God, the stealth work from Mio not being able to be found is incredible. He's evaded. He's been playing Skyrim. My God, we do have the ability to go all the way back down to the bottom side of the map on the side of Ivy with power in hand again. He just wants to pop once he sees somebody healthy, and I think he would have done so if he did manage just to catch a glimpse of Miro. But playing the M1, Han Lee just, Patch rather, just going to be dying before making the fake God Rock filler is going to be our first down. And do we have pain res? No, we've not opted to use a pain res. I think they're all on the top side of the map anyway, but as we do take that hook over at the bottom side, we're just going to be popping and making all the way down to the top side. Did we catch somebody out over at 5 and I didn't see them? We do see the scratch marks here. And they are leading all the way into 3, all the way into 1. Committing the gen is Miro, and we're going to divert on the side of Ivy. That was most unfortunate timing, but we've been able to make that filler pallet there. We haven't gone to the edge map as we anticipated on the side of Ivy. We are getting blinded by Miro with flashlight in hand. He's now evaded the down entirely. Power just, underneath that halfway, just above, underneath that halfway now. We are going all the way back down to the bottom side of the map where the pull just happened. We are pre-dropping these pallets, and this is where I was talking about, that extra 13% really aiding us within our flicks. We are going to have to just kind of brute force them down straight ahead. Now, 1, 2, 3, you're going, no, he's getting reluctant to flick here, so maybe not confident on the mechanics here on the side of Ivy. He is chasing somebody who is injured. This is a survivor you don't ideally want to be chasing, and we have ran for power. Too much indecisiveness, going down to 1 and then just getting blinded by Mio, completely losing him all the way back down to the bottom of the map where we were just unable to get it down after the dropped pallet. Problems, jams.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. It's not looking good, is it, bruv? We are gonna probably pop another gen. I believe it might be. Is it gonna be main? I think it might be main. They should be leaving main to the end. Maybe. I mean, Daisha's on a gen. I have no idea. But this chaser 2. Oh, we jumped in the corner. You naughty girl. We need to go back to the pallet side here. Do we make the pallet? I mean, we're trying to re-stealth. I believe this is the Claudette. Han Lee, one of the goats himself. I know you love Han Lee, big muscles. We can win this. That's beautiful. We aren't able to win that. Tried to go for the little vacuum puller into the pallet. Unable. I think he could have just sent the vault with quick and quiet, to be honest. But yeah, this is the. I mean, is this not the reverse of what we saw last trial? We saw Austin go down 10. I think that we've seen Han Lee go down 2. Sure, Patch has been hooked in the middle of all that, but it's the same sort of pacing. You know what I mean? And I mean, if you recall correctly, I believe. From this point on, Mo 4K2, so I mean, it's doable, very doable.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but there's like all these healthy survivors on the map. Our only injured is Hooked, so he has to find where the resets had been happening on the map to get power if he is really able to take the match back into his hands. We do take the kick here over at the mid 4 side. He's going to regress the generator just a little bit. Call a Brian and eruption procced onto that. So we are going to be making all the way down to 10. So we interrupted both generators. So very interesting point as we do take the pre-drop here over on the Ormond filler back into 9's fake God Rock and then vaulting back into 8. Beautiful stuff to be able to evade the M1 tag from the side of Miro. He's had an absolutely tremendous game. Ivy, again, just kind of caught in between a rock and a hard place. Is just indecisive on who he wants to chase at the moment, is really trying to force the error on someone, but these guys aren't going to allow it to happen, you know? He's going to be protecting his hook while simultaneously, but, you know, with a win condition like this, they just would like rather let him die. In all honesty, Hanley go to second, Hanley to even go down to death. That is the tie condition in the background being set. We are really trying to brute force this generator here over at mid 4, but Ivy a little too smart for that. He's going to take the kick onto it. We do still have 4 survivors in the trial remaining as Hanley reaches second stage. He will probably be pulled within the next couple of seconds as we do take the blood into our hands on the side of Ivy and getting that power done and dusted. We probably want to be dashing all the way down to the top side of the map to catch out that reset, but instead we've diverted into 5 where somebody had stealth just moments ago, and stealth have they been doing as they do take the vault into the window. They will be zoning themselves back into the middle of the map, so very good micro mechanics there from the side of Daishao. Now dropping that fake god pallet is going to run to the second. A little bit of a jump skip frame there on our end side of things, but nevertheless, we are going to be going down to 10. Really trying to hold all the generators now, and the 4K2 is looking less and less likely, but Mio playing that very ambitiously. He's going to be able to make the window vault, and again, I think the lack of speed here is really biting Ivy in the ass. Even though we get the pick onto Han Lee, he will be out of the trial. Was he the head-on player or some sort? Because I feel like he hopped the lockout just to get like a head-on, didn't he? Yeah. That'll be him out of the game though. So 1 death, 2 generators remaining. A lot of progress. I think this is grounds for 4K1 though, Joms.
He needs to get that power. I mean, he needs to go to Shack, collect the orbs there. He also could just play for a tag onto Patch here, which isn't the worst decision either, but he needs power now. 4K1 is the win con, if I'm not mistaken, Bullet, and that will solidify it. It's tough because, like, he's in a pretty good spot, but he's in a bad spot as well because they can just sort of triple split. He doesn't have power. This Gen is just chugging away as well at 10. Just aggressively chugging. I mean, they're just getting ready straight back onto double mid, even if he commits Feng here. Sorry, not Feng, V, I should say. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of over, you would say. Even if he tags, even if he just leaves now and drops everything, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. The gen will pop in transition. It's one of the worst ways to have a gen pop in your face. Is obviously, you know, on the back end, but what can you do, bro? What can you really do?
Checkmate. That's all she wrote, and that will be Adolescents losing the set, losing the series to Nameless Kings 2-0. Nameless King taking it away. My God, yeah, well deserved, 100%. I mean, in all honesty, both sets very close when you look at the scorecard. You know, in the nurse set, you had what 6-2 to 7-3. Oh, 6-2 to 8-4. And then in this match, you had 4K2 to potentially 4K1, maybe even outs if they're able to play best possible result here. We do get a nice little flick around the rock. So the first flick of the match there, going to be going down on the side of Daisho. He is fresh hook, so we're going to be able to slow the game down if we get that pain resonance hook over the way over at 3. Mio in the background, starting something up again on 10%. Preemptively getting off the generator. I mean, it's not the most progressed there, buddy, so don't have to do that. But they can comfortably sit back, and even if they do get 4K1, they have taken away the series entirely. So I don't think they're, you know, too worried about it. Ivy is now going all the way back down to the main building here. They're going to be applying Eruption to the main building, you know, Call of Brine also taking into effect, and really trying to find out who was working this generator just moments before. It is Mio, who's just kind of walking around with Sprint Burst in hand. He's going to be able to make this window vaulting at once and going around the backside, and Ivy doesn't want any of it. My God, that would be something to see without Bam chasing that over at the main building. That would just make me want to rip my hair out, and I wouldn't want to chase that either. Instead, he's going to go all the way down to where the resets have happened at the bottom side of the map. We do catch out our V and our Jake Park there, who is running all the way into the corner, trying to really buy as much distance as he possibly can after, you know, V getting hit. Daisha pre-dropping this Ormond filler. Winning the flick there is crazy. Okay, so all of a sudden I'm eating my words, you know, mentioning the fact that we didn't bring extra speed. We do see our Eruption proc though, and not too sure we've, well, actually I think we would have known. I mean, he's just, walking for some. I would have just been running after, you know, screaming off that generator. But we're going to be going down just before the window. Ivy can slug this and go all the way down to the bottom side of the map. Can get another slug, but it needs to happen as soon as he sees somebody, and he needs to win whatever 50 is given to him. And unfortunately, we take president of the pallet and not the survivor. Now, Daisho in chase, patch all the way over at Shaq. Doesn't really have a lot to go on. Really has to last here if we're able to pick up Miro from main. But, I mean, you know, no BAM is going to shut down this window. It's still accessible to us, but we don't want any of it. We're going to greed the pallet all the way over at 9. Actually, no, never mind. It was thrown. Going to use another window just laid out perfectly for us over into 9. All of a sudden, everybody's back up and running, but leaking blood everywhere. And with 1 power usage, that's all it takes to kind of just go 1, 2, 3 slug when in power. So it can really go either way from here. Yeah, I'm a bit at a loss to, you know, if I had to make a prediction, Joms, I want to say that either will 4K won this, maybe 4K 0. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I still think they'll get out. I think they'll do. It's hard. It's hard because the gens are pretty decent. They're all injured right now, so it's going to be infinite power for the rest of the trial. Ivy's played it well. This will be a down as well with the BL kicking in if he swings. Yeah, very nicely played as well. Yeah, I mean, Headhunter, look at the gens. The gens are pretty impossible to break. It would be pretty diabolical if we lost this, even though this gen is chugging. 2 pain raisers. Yeah, I mean, 4K 1 has to be the odds here. Where is the last gen bullet? Is it 2? It's just 2, isn't it?
Yeah, it's behind him. Yeah. Wait, is that a hook or is that a generator? I didn't quite get to see that. I mean, could be 6 for all we know. Wait, so yeah, it's... No. It's, yeah, there is 6. There is main, and yeah, it's 3. It's 3. You're right. So it was somewhat behind him, but I mean, power in hands now. Does know Miri's in the back there, I think, because of the blood just being leaked. Does manage to get the quick pull though, and now actually no, it was wasn't. Wait, yeah, it was Miro. Okay, off the hook is patched, and Miro in chase as well. Did a little bit of a 360 there, and was managed to, you know, move away untouched, and we are diverting all the way back down to this mid 4 generator, and it's just kind of like a ping pong ball effect there. Going to be hitting on a whole lot of nothing though, and now trying to break this pallet here over at the Shack building. Now rotating all the way to the backside of Shack is Daisho, sending it to a no pallet and just trying to corner tech our brother in Christ, Ivy. We'll be getting this down and going all the way back down to mid 4. Are they playing greedy for this generator? No, they're not. So I mean, maybe they're going all the way down to main and going for a double of some sort. And you never know. Maybe they're going for a reset in power. Wouldn't hate the idea. But again, a lot of blood on the map. I don't think it really matters at the moment. They'll just want to be pressing everything injured because what's the point in resetting when look at that blood. That's power all over again. 3. No, it's not. Actually, it's not enough. Never mind. Stop. I totally don't play this killer. We do see a little bit more over at the top side of main, but that's going to allow us to get power once more. What can we do with it this time? Are we going to be able to down our Jake Park, who is preemptively dropped off the side of main? And yes, we are around the corner. That will be them down. No access to no pallet to be playing any 50 there, but going to be slugging on the side of Ivy. That's going to be the 4 generator done, yeah. So this is looking like outs if we're not able to down V in time, and we are. So where did Mio go? Where are you hiding? Was it a double? Was it a single? And are we going for outs on the door? Does seem it was a double. We've been caught out. 4K0 as we anticipated, Joms.
I mean, pretty cool to get that last gen pop, I'll be honest. I mean, bit of cheekiness in the end game there. I'm not too sure, you know, honestly, how that went down. I mean, just really well played. Snowball effect, of course, I guess, you know. Infinite power, this, that. Good job to get the 4K0 on that, though. Really, really good job. I have to admit. It looked like it probably should have just been a 4K1, like a dominant 4K1, like from the gen setup, but no, they played it well. They played it really well. Main is obviously a good gen to live in the 3-1. I think everyone with extensive knowledge will know that on Cold Tower. 2 obviously was just a bit of a burden, but the mid gen was alright. Either way, well played to Nameless King, Sea Dragon's bullet. This will be, unfortunately, the end of me. I know maybe someone's cheering in chat, and if you are, whatever, but 2 matches left. Headhunter will be here with you. I think Tavi will be duo. DD, Diamond Donkeys versus Ancestor, and that will be at 8:30 AEDT. 10 PM, AEDT, Source Kratos. Bit of a good one as well. Honestly, Bulla. OSL Sunday. Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely been a pleasure casting with you. And yes, you heard the man, 8:30 Diamond Dogs versus Ancestor, and then NPM Source versus Kratos. So we do have 2 series left over for you. This isn't the final thing. This is just Jam sending him off on himself off on his way. But yes, I will be here, joined by Tavi. We'll be right back after a quick and short intermission.